Well, hey, my little spiderlings. I just wanted to say happy fucking Pride. That's right. It's that time of the year where it's time to be out and proud. Or maybe not out and proud. Actually, Pride's a real funny thing for a lot of different people. The important thing to remember, though, is that it's your month. It's about understanding and loving yourself and other people for your own, what's the fancy word, sexual identity? Yeah, that's the one. This is a rare time for a lot of people because, boy oh boy, people do not always agree on what pride means or what it's supposed to mean for you. There's always a lot of infighting, surprisingly. You wouldn't think there would be, given the nature of the struggle of, like, if you're gay or whatever, but there really is, and it's kind of sucks, but that's okay. It's a work in progress, let's put it like that. But of course, from me to you, wherever you are, sitting on them flags, I just wanted to say, again, happy Pride. It's a very exciting time, I gotta say. Back in the day, a lot of it was just sort of the inclusivity. Is that the word? Yeah, that's the one. Inclusivity. About just everybody. We had the rainbow flag, and that kind of meant for everybody. The gay, the queer, lesbian, that kind of stuff. And today, it's really become something else, which is just fucking awesome. There's so many new, exciting things, or, well, actually, I shouldn't say new. It's more like we're starting to understand the nature of who we're interested in and who we are as people. Not just gay anymore, it's like bisexual, there's a lot of transgendered, asexual, all sorts of different things. Like, hey, some people are what you would call ace and aro, which means they're not really interested in the sexual aspect or the romantic aspect. Excuse me. These words are complicated. They cause me trouble. Um, and that's okay. The big thing is to know that you are seen and you're valid, no matter where you are, sitting on that whole pride spectrum. I think a lot of people too, maybe, you feel pressured that, like, well, I haven't come out yet. I haven't come out to friends or family. And you know what? That's fucking okay. Baby, you go at your own pace. It's a very tough thing. No matter where you are, some people have very supportive families. Some people do not. And I have a lot of experience with families that are not supportive. So it's okay. And it's a very brave thing, regardless of where you are, And coming out ain't no joke. Because the world treats different people not so good, depending on where you are and where you're from. My God, looking back at the fucking history, let's take the good old US of A. Fucking being gay was a crime. And depending on where you live, it still is. There's still a lot of problems. There's still a lot of ways, or at least from what I understand, that the law is angry, let's just say, against people who are gay. And holy fucking shit, forget it. If you're anything besides that, if you're trans or something, holy shit, it's rough out there. It's tough. Your very identity is constantly being questioned, day in and day out, or just any of that shit. And it fucking sucks. I'll say it here too. Gay rights, trans rights, rights for everybody. You're important to me, and know that I will always be proud of you, no matter what you choose or how you choose to celebrate Pride and all that. Um, Yeah, and Pride's kind of complicated too, because even within our own community, there's just a shit ton of disagreements about how it should be done. Some people are extremely supportive about being, out and proud and on parade and just, kind of giving the whole fuck you, I am who I am. And some people don't like that. And fuck, even in the gay community, there's a lot of problems that you kind of wish weren't there, but still are. There's a lot of sadly, there's a lot of racism in it. There's a lot of what is this term? Gatekeeping. Yeah, there's that, believe it or not, about oh, this isn't really gay, or you're attracted to this kind of person that's not gay enough. There's just all sorts of shit, and it's kind of a bummer, because this community has been through the fucking rough of it, and knowing that you won't always get the support you think you would within the community, it can be tough to deal with. So you can feel kind of lonely, like, well, what the fuck do I do? Am I doing this right? What's the best way to celebrate Pride? And then, of course, you've got people who are like, well, this shouldn't be in a parade, or this should, and then you got every big business saying like, well, slap a rainbow on that bitch. We're your friend. And then you could argue that, well, maybe that is a good thing because, hey, now this is sort of becoming culturally accepted because at least businesses see us as profitable. So it's hard to to find a win in all this sometimes. Um, but having said all that, it is pretty fucking awesome, I gotta say, that people are able to uh, show pride and not get as much shit for it. I think. I mean, really, no matter where you go, you're always gonna get that. But uh, hey, it's a little bit better, right? Now, speaking of pride, I do wanna just kind of, I guess, give you a quick little history lesson too about, at least in the U.S. of A., what it all meant. Pride was not just a thing that the gays collectively came together and were like, you know what? Let's go out there and show some rainbows. This shit was fucking violent. Some of you, or hopefully most of you, know about the fucking Stonewall Riots, but if you don't, I'll give you the fucking brief. Because, hey, back in the 60s and before that, again, being gay or anything that was a variation of, your dick ain't going in the vagoo, that was a goddamn crime. Imagine that shit. Just being a criminal for who you are and wanting to be with someone that you love or fuck or whatever. Yeah. The Stonewall riots were a huge goddamn response to that. Police would just come into gay bars and arrest you, for being gay. And in 1969, 69, nice. The gay community just had enough of that shit, said fuck the police, and yeah, went and had themselves a good old fashioned riot. This happened a lot around my hometowns of New York, or New York City specifically, and that's kind of where the sparks of pride really started out. Never forget that. Never forget that the origins of pride was a big fucking fist against people who were trying to literally beat us and keep us down and jail us and all that shit. Um, and I, of course, won't give you the whole history lesson because, I don't really read that much, but even I know about that. And I think it's a little important for anybody celebrating Pride or just wants to know more about Pride to know about what the boiling point was. Um, it was not some peaceful thing, and usually, protest or anything like that rarely are. Usually, marches aren't just like some kind of suit and checker tie type thing. They're usually born out of a resistance because people, surprise, surprise, get fucking tired of being thrown into cages for just being who they are. So I encourage you to go look it up. I mean, if nothing else, it's about gay people pushing back, or just anybody, gay people, lesbian, all that good stuff. I don't know what the trans ace and all that other stuff looked like back then, but I'm gonna guess and say that yeah, they were around too, just maybe not as known. So yeah, Stonewall, look it up. The rainbow flag was painted with blood of our enemies, kind of. Uh, Now, the last thing I was gonna say, talking about pride, is hey, maybe you don't know about your own orientation or identity. Maybe you're confused. And hey, guess what? It's okay to be confused. Sexuality is fucking confusing, but it is also a bit of a spectrum. There's variations to it. Is that the word? Variations? I think so. Uh, you can be all sorts of things. You might be bi and you not know it. You might be like, well, I kinda like this girl, but I kinda like this boy. Does that make me this or make me that? It's tough, hon, and only you are gonna know for sure. But just know that there is a community of people that is ready to support you, especially me. Um, and it's not black and white, really. It's very gray. It can be all sorts of things. Like you can really, really, really fucking like guys, and you can kind of like girls, and that's technically bi. Or it can be the other way. You can really like girls and kind of like the dick. That's also bi. Or maybe not. It's not so cutthroat, so it's okay. You don't have to figure it all out all at once, but you know, whatever you decide, whoever you decide to be with, just love them and make sure that they love you for who you are, and you'll be okay. So, with that, I just wanted to say, big old support message from your big titted spider. Happy goddamn fucking Pride. No matter what, just make it for you. However you choose to celebrate it, just make sure it's for yourself and people you care about, and know that the world might be kind of a shitty place, but we're getting there. It's tough. It's always gonna be a tough fight. Ain't gonna be some switch and suddenly it's a paradise, but people are getting more and more accepting. No matter how many whiny bitches complain about you, believe me, we see you. You're out here. There are supportive people, and you'll be fine. So enjoy your pride. Do whatever it is you do. Suck a million dicks. Don't suck a million dicks. Have a romantic evening with your romantic partner. Or just, be proud of yourself and know that this is a world that's also for you. And enjoy it. Until then, though, mwah, a message from your big, sexy spider. Bye.